I'm not hurting. You get what I'm saying? So at that point, I do my job, but you gotta work with the nigga. Gotta work
Right.
with me somehow.
Right.
All right, let me see if I can get this to go live over here. It says that we live over there. All right, let's get into it.
Everything conceivable.
Turn that shit out, bitch. Big face beats.
MJ shit though, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in the studio with the RecBoys though. It's showtime.
The hottest DJ
We're
out
ready to let the
here.
horns go, right? Okay, look. I try to tell them nobody do it like these guys, so I'll explain it with La Sicaria. Two languages so y'all can get hit both ways.
Hit for the heat.
So we don't care if you throw shade. The RecBoys got it locked again. I'm talking the hottest guests, independent artists to the executive gems.
En la calle con el show número uno. Poniendo la presión como el chulo de los miércoles.
That's every Wednesday at 7. We're independent from past and present to future. Don't let me lose you, the show is
You
fire.
can't break, you can't break. El mundo se prepare. Estamos internacional, nadie que se compare.
And they throw you the trivia, so you gotta be sharp. Chris think he know it all, so beat him and you quiet as
En
bar.
estaciones FM, YouTube and Facebook Live. Yeah, DJ Shot and Mr. Cat. Thank you for watching.
RecBoys
Request AKA Catch the Rep.
and DJ RecBoy Shaq.
So, RecBoys? Nigga, I love you. You in my heart every day, motherfucker.
RecBoys.
The RecBoys.
Tapping with my guys, the RecBoys. You should tap in too.
In the studio, we're catching red.
What's shaking, my peoples? You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy Shot, Missy Catch Rec. We are the RecBoys, and happy hump day. Before we even get started, I know it's tomorrow, but happy birthday to Chris.
Good looking.
And happy anniversary to you and your wife, 21 and going. Congrats. It was good seeing you guys when you guys were up here. So I hope Facebook gave you some good pointers.
Nah,
I'm like, why is this nigga on Facebook?
Yo, because you get stuck.
Whatever.
There's only so much shit you could do. Like
Right.
most of them, they said, I'm like, I did. Somebody said hot air balloon. I'm like, oh, I haven't did that. That's kind of dope.
Skydiving.
Scott, yeah, I'm not ready for that yet either.
All right, then, I mean,
but now, yeah, thank you. Happy anniversary to my wife tomorrow. 21 years, 26 together. You know what I mean? So that's dope. Salute to her. I don't know how she put up with me so long. You know what I mean? But we rocking out, and like you said, happy birthday to my son Chris, man.
absolutely. All the Virgos stand up. Oh, listen, Jamie's birthday is sometime this week, so I got to shout out Jamie.
Yeah, happy B-Day,
Barbara,
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie's she's working hard. She's busting her ass. So happy birthday to Jamie. What other Virgos? We got Eli. We got Lavelle. Mine is next week. So, Virgo season. Anyway, before we get to our guest who's patiently waiting, your boy Young Thug.
Oh shit.
I just want to know, are you surprised?
No.
Okay. That I mean, we don't have to really get into it. In case you guys don't know, the streets are played out. If you're making music, you are no longer in the streets. And if you
you gotta pick a side.
Yeah, well, for me, if I hear you on the radio, I don't take nothing that you say that serious. That's just me. You get like I once I hear you on the radio, you automatically become like the Undertaker to me, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, a character. And that's not a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, I accept that you decided to choose a role to play. So whatever you say in that role is not really you. It's just the role, if that makes sense. What else is going on? What else? You got anything going on?
Now you seen your boy Ray J?
With what?
So Casa not doing his little marathon, not little marathon, big marathon.
Yeah.
And Ray, I guess it had to be staged, but it was so funny as shit. He tried to pop up in there when he was in the shower. Because there's a funny him and some other streamer took a shower together, but it was some big ass not trying to make excuses, but it was some big ass shower, 2 shower heads. They had their shorts on, and Ray always pokes at him like, "Yo, I want to get in the shower with y'all." So on the stream, he hopped up in the shower. The shit was hilarious. But Ray J's a fool. And the shit that kid does for some clout is crazy.
The content for Kai, you mean?
No, Ray
Oh,
J.
just Ray J.
Ray J.
Yeah. Is it all just clout worthy stuff now? Is it all just content?
It's all just content.
Right. So we shouldn't really pay attention to too much.
I mean, people feed into it. That's the day and age we're in, right? Everything's a click. Everything moves so quick. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is forgotten about what he did. The viral, for me right now, in my personal opinion, the viral is not the viral how it used to be. You know what I mean? Like, you used to get viral people and that shit used to last. Like, somebody go viral today, forgotten about them all.
Yeah, because the next thing's done going.
Right. It's moving so quick.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're just in a big clout chasing era right now. Everything is for content. Fat Joe is lying for content. He's exaggerating for content. You get what I'm saying? You got guys who are telling real life situations for content. You know, so it's like, I don't know. It's a weird time and era right now for us. Shout out to Teresa Sanders is in the building. Lowick Wapter is in the building. Tea Time with Bunky is in the building. Shout out to Tea Time with Bunky. Yo, Bunky, my mom says she likes the Bunky purple. So she wanted to know if we had any other colors. There's only one color, and that is the Bunky purple besides the white that you see Chris has on right here. And if you do the hashtag Bunky when you do order, she is doing a promotion. You guys need to tap into her show. You get $5 off when you hashtag Bunky. So you need to figure that one out.
And that's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna get a different color too.
Yeah, she's the
right now. Yeah.
She's exclusive. You know, we're gonna have some big announcements with Tea Time with Bunky real soon too.
Right.
You know?
But yo, I'm excited about the next guest.
Me too.
You know, reoccurring guest from when the show damn near, I don't want to say first started because it was a while after, but he definitely was a guest when we was under our transformation stage, our learning. You know what I mean? Gathering everything that we learned and putting it to use. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think he switched up his studio too, or he gave us a different angle. Yeah.
Since then we'll get into it. Since then he's moved, bought some property. You know what I mean? He got a studio set up. He's doing his 1-2. Nice. You know what I mean? We'll get into all that, but it's always dope to have the reoccurring guest.
Yeah, especially when we're improving and they're improving, just to, you know, so hey, how you like the music? Hey, how you like where the show is now? You know, right. No, definitely.
And then what's also exciting is, you know, he's boisterous, got opinions like everybody else. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And I recently seen him posting some shit about AI, and we recently spoke about AI. You know what I mean? So I want to get his input. Him being a producer, artist, engineer. You know what I mean? He
was doing classes before, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No. This guy, he was doing real estate too, right? This guy had his hands in everything, I think. Lewis, yeah. Fuck it, let's just get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's go. Lewis, what's happening, homie? How you feeling?
What up, y'all? What up? It's good to be back.
Nice. Real quick, let everybody know who you are and why you are here, homie.
Yes, sir. My name is Luis Martinez. That's my government name. But I go by Luis Marte. I am a entrepreneur, author, music production, music producer, engineer, mix engineer, mastering engineer. I run a recording studio out of Lakeland, Florida, and just a lover of music, man. Born and raised in the BX, transplanted to Florida about 25, almost 30 years ago, and just trying to do my thing here, man.
Nice. And
I gotta say, it's been a while. I was telling Chris offline, it's been like 6, 7, maybe even 8 years ago since I got on the show with y'all. And I remember the topic was, we were talking about goats, the goats, MC goats. Mm-hmm. And I was arguing why I thought Eminem was the GOAT. And it was real cool, man. But y'all have come a long way, man. Just in terms of the setup, the back end stuff, clean, professional. You guys are on the come up big time, man. So salute to y'all.
Appreciate
that means a lot, man.
that. Listen, let's pick off where let's pick up where we left off.
Hold on.
Nah,
so
see,
he
there
answered
you
your
go.
question. No, I
No,
want you
he
to get into
didn't.
it. I want you to get into it, but he answered your question as to whether it's a different studio or not. I just want to make sure you got that. Because Shot asked that in the beginning. He said, he gave us a different angle, or it was the new studio. So go ahead, Shot, get into it. My bad.
Before I forget, yo, you listen to that Thriller? I mean that Thriller album over there?
Hell yeah.
Okay, no. I just got to make sure it just ain't for aesthetics. I just want to make sure. I got
the whole collection. Yep, I'm good.
Nice. All right, so check it out, right? So Eminem is still the GOAT. Nothing has changed.
I don't know if I want to get into that now, but I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna stand my ground and say, yeah, he the GOAT. He the GOAT.
Okay. Got you. All right. So
Chris, wait, let me steer this real quick. I gotta talk about the book before we get into the music, because I didn't know you were writing books. You know what I mean? So it kind of threw me through a loop. But salute to you on the marketing for it, because that was all over the place on the feeds. What's the name of the book and where the people can get it?
Yeah, it's called Bronx Beats. Man, it's been a while. Bronx Beats, Chasing Dreams Under City Lights, and it's actually everywhere. It's on Amazon, both in paperback as well as digitally. It's available on my website if you wanted to get an autographed copy of it. Yeah, very proud of it, man. It's really a story of my journey in music since I was 12, 13 years old in the BX, stomping the concrete, trying to get down, and to where I'm at now, what I'm doing for music. So yeah, definitely pick that up. I appreciate y'all mentioning it. Like I said, it's available on Amazon, and you can also get it on my website, which I'll pitch that later on after the interview. But yeah, definitely pick that up. Bronx Beats, Chasing Dreams Under City Lights by Luis Martinez.
You got an audio book?
I'm working on that. Actually, that's something I got the session pulled up. So we've been slowly working on that. So I don't have the audio yet, but I know there's a lot of people who's been telling me to do that. As well as I'm getting it translated into Spanish as well.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's super dope. That's super dope. Yeah, Chris.
What up?
My fault, Louis. Yo, listen. This is sidebar. This is side work. Yeah, you might want to put audiobook overtone under what we offer now, because I think I want to get into that. I think I want to get into narrating some audiobooks. All right, back to Louis. All right.
I can put you on to some tricks in the trade on how to get that done faster. Just hit me up.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. What do you miss about the Bronx?
I miss the food. I miss my friends. I miss the music. I just think NY music is just different from Florida and from everywhere else. And I just miss the vibe. I don't miss the city. I don't miss living there. Don't get it twisted. Florida is a spot for me. But I don't mind going back and visiting my home every once and again. But yeah, I miss it.
Do you tap in, like when you go home, do you tap into like studios, and do you get your work on, or are you just there for vacation? Because most guys from Florida who come back to New York, they just on vacation and they don't never want to fucking work. They move out of New York and lose their work.
You, Chris?
No, anybody know? I'm talking about anybody that moves to Florida. Big Face don't come to New York and want to work either. They want to hang out. They don't get to wear their Timbs and their bomber coats, so they come up here and feel like they back in New York. I guess.
I try to avoid winter, but I don't know. I somehow end up going down there in winter. When you walk around the block and then that cold hits your face and you feel like it's cracking. Yeah. I don't miss that.
I feel like somebody cut you in the face.
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy.
So,
and I got my nieces and nephews be like, "Yo, it's not cold." God, hell, oh yeah, it's cold.
Right. So let's talk about the genres of music you touch. What genres are you involved in?
I'm primarily doing pop and dance. Recently doing a lot of Afrobeat. and of course doing what I call what's called freestyle dance music, and that really kind of spinned off in the 80s and 90s in New York City. I don't know if many folks are aware of freestyle dance music, not freestyle hip hop, but freestyle dance music. So I dabble a lot in that. So I have a lot of clientele in that genre, but mostly pop, R&B, Afrobeat, just commercial.
All right. So walk us through the creative process. How does a track from Louis Marti come together?
Yeah, usually it's just late night sessions. There's many times where I'll just have an idea and I'll just go into the studio. And that's the great thing about having a studio, right? You can kind of walk into it anytime you want when you get hit with inspiration. Just play some keys or play some loops. I do a lot of my songwriting based off guitar loops or piano loops. I may hit up Splice, which is a website that specializes in loops, and just generate ideas from that. Recently, and we can talk a little bit about it. I've been using Suno AI to help kind of generate some inspiration. And I know that's controversial, and we'll get into that, but that's a great source for inspiration. Also for, there's many times there's songs I've written 10, 15, 20 years ago that I put in the archive and never touched again, brought them back out, feed them through Suno, and you just get a new vibe, a new inspiration, new ideas of how a song could sound in a different genre, or more upbeat or more slow tempo. So there's a lot of benefits to having a tool like that to help generate some inspiration and ideas.
Bunky, do you really want to be a part of this conversation, Bunky? Because Bunky got a Suno intro, which is super dope, and a lot of people probably wouldn't know, but she did it all herself. Let's just jump right into it, because I'm all for the AI movement if it's done right. And I think that the people who
explain what's if done right, because the way he just explained it is dope. But
I mean, it's a tool though,
right? No, but people are using it to create from scratch. He kind of, what I got from what he was just saying was he kind of sent it back through there to just a revisit, a touch up to see what else. You know what I mean? But there are people who are literally using this to write my lyrics, make the beat, like doing everything.
Yeah, no. But even that, it can only do what it's told to do. So if you say, yo, make me a song, it might make you a song, but the song might be a kitty nursery rhyme. It's a song. You get what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got your MPC. And this is my interpretation of it. You got your MPC.
Y'all stressing me out, just so y'all know.
Well, take a drink. Listen, you got your MPC. It comes with stock sounds. You can make whatever you want with the stock sounds. But now, when you're bringing in the loops, and now you could chop up loops, that's how I see AI. AI is just a tool. It's just a tool. Now, can I literally take voices from other people, chop it up, and put it into the MPC to make it sound like I have a chorus behind me and people are absolutely. It's just AI is just more advanced now.
Louis, let me ask you this: as a creative, does it scare you what this AI stuff could do? Like, do you think it would interfere with your passion, with your love of music?
Absolutely, it scares me, and I've made this known in a lot of my posts. Back to what Shara was saying, there's a right way, and again, this is my opinion. There's a right way and a wrong way to use AI. The way I teach AI, especially specifically Suno, is think of Suno AI as a collaborator in the room, right? I may need a guitar part, but I don't play guitar. I can have Suno do something like that. I may be struggling with my drum pattern, and Suno can assist with that. So just think of it as just like if you had 2 or 3 people in the room with you back in the days making a beat. That's what it is. Suno is just another person in the room. Now, if you treat it as a collaborator, then you're going to the end product is going to be collaboration. Now, what you were saying, Chris, earlier, there are, and this is the scary part, there are people who use it to do everything, right? They'll go into ChatGPT, they'll say, write me a song about butterflies on train tracks, and ChatGPT comes out with the entire song. They take that, run it into Suno, tell Suno, make me an R&B beat with strings and guitars, with a dope male vocal, and Suno AI will give them that song, and then they take that and they present that as that's their product. You know, there are levels to this, right? So if you are doing that, then I think you're utilizing it the wrong way. You're abusing the process. And at the end of the day, look, I run a recording studio. I have many clients who come in with Suno AI stems, right? They come in, and I know the Suno AI stems because they're not stems you would get from a producer, right? Producers provide one shots, right? They provide the drums, the kicks, everything separated. You're not going to get that from Suno AI. You're going to get just a drum track, right? So I know what stems look like from Suno AI. So sometimes I have artists that come in and do that. And my approach is, how can I build on what you're giving me? Can I replace some of the parts? Can I find a different loop to fill in the guitar part that Suno AI provided? Or can I break down the drums, right? So there's creative ways to make, you know, the lack of a better term, you know, when they say, you know, you can't polish a turd. But in this instance, I can enhance it, right? I can add to it and take away. So again, you know, I think those who don't have the talent to write songs, who don't have the talent to produce, who don't want to pay the money to hire a producer or to go to BeatStars and lease a beat, they just want to do it the fast, easy, free way, then yes, Suno is going to give you that. But at the end of the day, you got to deal with your conscience about that, and sooner or later, it's going to catch up to you. And that's just my feel of it.
Let me ask you this, because this shit is kind of interesting. This is kind of, it could be a business, right? Because eventually they're gonna have to figure out how whoever this AI thing is or whoever's running it could get their royalties, because they're kind of creating the beat, the music, whatever. But for people like us who could sit down with artists, but yo, let me hear what Suno gave you, and I can make you the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's original and it's yours. You know, that's kind of a little dope business idea. But how do you think they're gonna structure that? You know what I mean? Because I don't, help me understand that part, or do we even know that yet? Like how they gonna structure?
Yeah, the thing about AI, it's so new that laws and regulations haven't caught up to it yet, and that's the problem, right? So there are many, right as of today, there are hundreds of lawsuits against Suno AI from labels, from artists, from management companies who are trying to push that envelope to get it to the point where the government looks at it and says, okay, we have to do some regulations on it. And since we're not there at this point, it's the okay corral, right? Right now, you do what you can do while you can do it. And until there's regulations, everyone's going to do what they want to do. And, you know, I've seen many cases, and I posted this not too long ago on my feed, and I got a lot of pushback on it, was the whole idea of an AI artist, right? And that's someone just creating a persona and making believe that persona is a real person, a real artist, creating a photo for them, putting up music on Spotify and Apple Music as if they're a real artist, and they're getting away with that because there's no regulation.
I know somebody doing it. And
I know somebody too.
It's a dope female AI artist. Like I didn't even ask because I was kind of mind blown, and I'm like, damn. Yeah. For a long time, I've been saying, yeah, I want to jump, jokingly saying I want to jump on and do a 16 on somebody's album or something. But with all this AI stuff, I really might. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why not jump in there and try to get in this race to $1 million real quick before they figure all this stuff out? Like, hit them real quick. Because in this game, and this is sad to say, but in this game, it only takes one.
Well, see, I look at it as like anything that you put into a situation, into the pot, I don't care if it's just the salt and we making gumbo. If you add to that, then you kind of the creator.
You are.
My interpretation, or maybe it's I'm just seeing it to fit for me, but it's everything. If I tell this robot, because that's all AI is, it's a robot. You program the robot. If I tell this robot, yo, I need you to write me a book on my life story, and I give you my life story in 3 hours. You take my life story and you make it a book. That's my book. It's no different from if I hired an editor to sit down and go through, and you get what I'm saying? For me, I'm all with the AI, because if you create the artist, it's still something that you created. When the people understand that it's an AI artist, now it's up to the people to see how far we're going to support this. Are we just going to do the streams? You know, this person, this isn't real. It's like, you get what I'm saying? It goes back to the wrestling thing. So now, guess what? This at this point anyway, until we get to into the hologram and all that other stuff, but this person can't sell out arenas. That's where the money is really being made. So you only gonna make but so much when it comes to you making your AI agent. And if you make that agent, that's kind of yours. That's you.
I would say the caveat to that is that would be true if you also did the writing and did the co-production. It's different if you had ChatGPT write the entire song and you had Suno AI produce the entire track, and then you created it in a persona, and then you put the package together and put it out. That to me, you don't own.
Okay, no, what I'm saying is, all right, I take the time and I wrote 30 pages of my life story.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there. I think you are dead on.
All right.
It goes back to my collaborator in the room. So
now I go and say, now, because it's all on the prompt commands. So now that I got ChatGPT knowing my story, yo, write me a rap about this part of the story that I told you. That's no different than what you get what I'm saying. So now also, okay, so now you go into Suno and you say, yo, Suno, I really don't know what it's called, but can you do this? And then they do that. All right, yo, listen, slow the second up a little bit. And then, yo, I need a certain sound, like a bell sound. And then they play you some bells. Okay, the third bell you played me. All right, now I need some drums. All right, and I go ahead, boom, boom, and I walk it through the same way I do with writing the book. Walk it through. Now the track is produced. That's me, because I literally went in and told the person what I wanted them to do. It's no different from Dr. Dre telling Scott Storch, yo, I like those keys. Give me those keys, but put it in a different pitch.
And we agree with you with that. It's the part of saying, yo, make me Dr. Dre type beat and write me a song about butterflies, like Lewis said, and then the whole thing is done. That's the scary part.
But that's
like, you know what I mean?
Even that regardless of whether lazy though. But even that is just being lazy. It's still your input. If you it
don't matter. Input, that's cheating. If you're not putting anything to this shit, and you're just literally going there and be like, yo, today I went to work and I had a bad day. Give me a song about somebody who has a bad day, and give me a beat that storytelling type beat, and that shit does everything for you. Regardless you prompted it to do that shit or not, that shit is whack. Now, if you sat there and you say, yo, I want a piano that sounds like this, I want a beat pattern that sounds like this, and you put in some work to help, and you utilize that tool to perfect your idea, I could rock with that. But if you use it to do everything, that shit is. You're not an artist. You're not a producer.
If you do it
like
that, if you do it like that, you're not good. Nobody's gonna listen to that shit anyway.
There's
I mean, right, Lewis? Like, think about it. Like, if somebody says, "Yo, ChatGPT, write me a song," and then write me a beat,
I know guys doing it right now, and they're fucking hundreds of thousands of views.
Not doing it like that. They're putting more work in. Lewis, tell them how educated it comes out.
No, I gotta agree with Chris. I
know somebody doing it.
There's the fine line. There is using AI as a collaborator, or using AI as directing it to do what you want it to do. Those to me are two different things.
Right.
If you go into it with the collaborative mentality, like you were saying, Shad, play bells this way, do a hip hop beat with your mouth and give an idea of where to go. That's collaboration. That is, you do own that. You are participating. You are part of it. You are producing the end product. But you're just typing, do this, and that, and you're not doing any collaboration. Then I think that's. Look, it goes back to, it's not about can you do it is about should you do it.
Should right.
To me, and that's the
Got
core.
you. Got
It's
you.
the moral.
Is
You know,
it 'cause-
do you have more morals to stand on? Are you at the end of the day, if your song is going to be on Spotify, can you really say, "Yo, that's my work," right? That's what you got to live with.
Right.
No, I get it. I get where you guys come from. It's how I'm looking at it, because my whole thing is like, yo, dude, if that's the effort you gonna do, then imagine if somebody really puts that. Like right now, it's no different from somebody saying, yo, listen, I'm gonna go to Splice, get 3 different loops at the same beat tempo, and put them together, and then go get 2 more loops of drums and say, yo, I produced the song.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? And there's no beef with that. Like, and guess what happens? Those producers who do that, they don't sell a lot of beats. And that's my whole thing. So my whole thing is like, it's like, yo, we can both have the same machine with the same everything. How I'm gonna try to cook it up is gonna be way different
totally
than how,
different. Right.
yeah, but we still have the same opportunity to do it. You get what I'm saying? We get the same loop packs. Now, if you just want to stop it at 8 and then run 16 here and then this loop and then take that loop and not chop anything up, we got the same ingredients. Now, I may have played this in reverse. I may have changed these 2 drum patterns here. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's all the same still machine, the same meat and potatoes.
It's gonna be interesting to where this shit go. You know what I mean? And that now back into the music side for Lewis. I seen recently you posted you and 2 guys a group. What's going? You got a new group, or is this a I hate to say rekindled, because you've been a part of a lot of music. You know what I mean? So what you got going on now with the guys that you're working with right now?
Yeah, you're referring to RBL. And
RBL.
yes, as my new production team. 2 of my best friends in the world. They're all musical singers, writers, producers. We decided to put our brains together and create a project called RBL. And the goal of our project is we write and record and produce songs for placement, songs to pitch to other artists, songs for sync licensing opportunities. So we are just kind of an in-house production team. Now we're dabbling in the artist realm, right? And that's probably what you're referring to. You'll probably see a lot of videos of us doing just content and releasing singles. And that's really a strategy to create interest, to create some momentum around our music so that people start asking, who is RBL? What are they doing? And then have an opportunity to kind of hear our music and see if there's any interest in us working with you. So that's kind of, and that project is in its infancy, really. We just finished a 3-week no stop recording session a couple of weeks ago. I had them both down here, and I think we finished like 15, 20 songs. So it's been a great experience, and we're doing everything, every genre, Afrobeat, pop, R&B. We're doing bachata and salsa. So we're doing just a bunch of things. And that's really what it is. And if you want to get more information, just go to itsrbl.com, itsrbl.com.
So what separates this from everything you've done in the past?
This is more a business venture for the sync licensing and song placement side. So it's more business than it is artistry.
Now, let me ask you this, from writing and stuff like that. How is it hard or easy to to try to get these artists to buy into your ideas, whether it be a track, whether it be writing, whatever have you?
I think what has worked for me and for my team, again, is the strategy of putting out the music so that other artists say, yo, I want a song like that. Or I want my mixes to sound like that. I want my end product to sound like that. That's really what the goal is, because we're back in the old days, you used to, work on a couple of songs and you have, try to get signed to a publishing deal, and then the publishers work on finding artists who need songs or projects that need records, and then they do the shopping for you. We're such in a fast-paced industry right now, ever changing, that we have to try new strategies, and this is one of those strategies. To just put it out there, put content and gain interest.
let me ask you this: do you have? I was listening to an interview the other day with Pharrell, and he was like, they asked him like, "What's his biggest regret?" And he was like, giving away some of these hits because the hits that he was sanctioned to work on with certain artists have sold more, and he don't own them. Is that something you're worried about? That you create something so good that the writing of it might have been good, but that artist is the one who bring it to light. You know what I mean? Because they had, and you could understand this as an artist and producer. If sometimes you have two different artists record a song and you get two different feelings, right?
Mm.
So do you have a worry of that you give away one that could have been that one record that we said takes you where you wanted to go from where you started?
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I've sold songs for money and I've lost the rights to them, right? I mean, I still have the copyright, but you know, in terms of releasing it, so I've experienced that where I like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have sold that, but I needed to make money. But I think from my perspective, I can't worry about that. You know, I gotta continue being a creative and just know that I just gotta keep writing, and the next hit's gonna come out of me sooner or later. And you know, I wish I can be at a Pharrell status. And I'm working towards that. You know, I think we all are. But yeah, I don't think I can worry about that. I just have to just keep being creative. I think the day that I stop being creative, that's when I'm going to be scared the most.
Do you think that the fact that we can get everything so instant and you don't need the labels to get out your music, is it a lot easier to become a star?
Yeah, and I would say a lot of people get confused. It's not the music that makes you a star; it's the content, right? Because there are artists who have great, you know, who have mediocre music, but they are great marketers. They are all over TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and they're doing it, and they become more popular for their content than they do for their music. So I think the music industry has changed. And I think labels are picking up on that. And that's why labels know that artists don't need labels anymore. You know, you can go indie, you can put it out yourself. As long as you have great ideas for content and you can make content sleeping, then your chances of being huge are just as good as a major artist signed to a label. That's just the reality of where we're at.
But are there? Because now we see the situation with Drake and UMG, where they didn't really push the last movement because they're going back and forth. And you know, most artists, I'm not gonna say all, but most artists feel like, yo, that's when they made it, when they've got into Drake status. And even when you look at his numbers, because of the beef that he's having with the label, they're nowhere near. They're like a third of what he normally gets. And so there is a movement there behind with the labels. Now, not everybody is dealing with 400 M's, 500 M's when it comes to negotiating. You get what I'm saying? So that little bit doesn't really, like, it looks like it's not a lot because of who he is and what he's dealing with. But, you know, money is money.
Yeah, and I think Drake is a special case too, man. He got beat up by Kendrick, so you know it's been a tough him kind of reestablishing himself as the superstar he is. But yo, you're talking, when you're talking about the Drakes of the world and the Kendricks, you're talking about money. You know, there are major money behind them. Either,
but that's what I'm saying with the label. But but we're seeing it with the label. So at a certain point, you know, we could tell every artist, yo, you really don't need the labels. But, you know, like, who doesn't want to play the Super Bowl?
I think that's where they fucked up. I think when you start comparing yourself to people of that, when you haven't even fucking did anything, is your motherfucking problem to start with.
Not to compare, but where you trying to get to.
You can't go try to play.
Tell that, yeah, but you can't tell that to the kid who's shooting hoops that he can't be LeBron.
Yeah, but he got to play. You skip the main part is you got to play the game to be LeBron. You can't go and try to be like, yo, I want to go be LeBron tomorrow. That's the problem. These artists, I want to do music, and in a year they want to be fucking Drake. It don't work like that. Like, think how long it took Drake to get what Drake got.
What I'm saying is, we're telling people that you don't need the label. Like, you can do it with that, like the labels is an important thing in this still.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. When you compare yourself to want to be Drake and being independent, you gotta understand what that success is to you. You can't think
Drake. We could go to anybody who's signed to a major label.
You can't compare yourself to, as an independent artist, you cannot compare yourself to them. You can't.
We're not comparing. I'm talking about, I have aspirations. Yo, when you talk to somebody and say, yo, listen, I want to be the next 15-year-olds that tells you, I want to be as big a star as Snoop Dogg. I do this, that, and the third. If he gets you can't poison this kid and tell him, yo, a label comes, yo, you got to go independent. Independent is the way to go. Because an independent artist, a label, an independent is the difference between selling 50,000 to 100 or 215,000.
Yeah, but I think you're forgetting the main part of this is a label is not going to look at you until you're doing the numbers, until you've done all the work.
And then at that point, why do it?
It's not even a consideration.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, look at Tech Nine. Very successful independent. Very fucking successful independent. He can't compare himself to Drake, and he knows that. But independently, he's very successful because he understands what success means to him. He set a bar for himself. Yeah, he might have looked at these superstars that everybody talks about, but he set a bar for himself and he shot for it. That's what I'm saying. When you're doing out here doing your own thing, look at those superstars. But if you think you're gonna get there tomorrow, you got a reality check. It might take years on fucking years. Like Fabulous just talked about this in an interview with Jimmy. But they said, why you not putting out music? He said, bro, I gotta get my business right. He was signed under own contract. The shit was fucked up. He had to make sure everything was right so that everything he's putting out now, his kids can start eating off her. And that's success to him. You know what I mean? Not just putting out something and the shit goes gold or platinum or whatever. You know what I mean? I think for me, this is the key. Understand what success is to you. Stop valuing yourself to everybody else. Look at them for inspiration, but figure out where you fall in all that.
Amen.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I hope everybody can be the Drakes and the Kendricks, but reality is we can't. So figure out where you fall in all that. Like, you know what I mean? But Lou, I gotta tell you something real quick. Last week we had the guy who wrote the intro to the show, and I don't know if you heard it. He said something about on the rec, Chris think he da 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 da. So I was holding that shit in all year, and last week I won. Now they talking about I cheated. So I'm on a little bit of a winning streak, just to let you know if I'm on the rec tonight, just so you know.
All right, I'll give you that.
All right.
All right, let's get into it. You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy Shy, Mr. Catch Rec, the one and only Louis Marte.
Yep.
Marte. All right, you ready?
Do it.
Let's get it. What Bronx rapper dropped an album called To the Rescue? A. Corey Guns, B. Cannabis, C. D. Nice, or D. Diamond D? All questions are Bronx rappers since we are hailing from the Bronx tonight. Let's get it.
Yeah, I be feeling like you be trying to cheat, shot.
Nah, it's Bronx.
Bronx, you know he's from the Bronx. And what's crazy is I'm gonna fucking guess and go C with Chris.
I'm gonna go Corey Guns.
I don't remember. Drop it.
All right, so we got C, A, and C. Let's go.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Nice.
I think he got the questions ahead of me, bro.
He might have. All right, yo, it's 1-0. Yo, Lewis, don't let Chris beat you, homie. All right, you gotta figure this one out. All right, let's go. What Bronx rapper dropped an album called Science of Life? Told you we were in the Bronx tonight. A. Hellrell, B. Sadat X, C. Jim Jones. Yes, Jim Jones is from the Bronx. And D. Peter Guns.
I'm gonna go B.
B. Sadat X. Chris, what you going with?
D. I don't know. I'm guessing.
D. Peter Guns. All right.
I don't even think he dropped the album. That shit is crazy. Yeah, my bad.
He wouldn't call it out of life.
Yeah.
B. So listen. So okay. So now what are we? It's tied
Did
up
Peter
1-1.
Guns ever drop an album? I don't think he dropped like a solo album now, right?
Well, look, you had Joe with you on that one. So
okay, I was
right.
bugging. All
right. Well, all right. So it's 1-1. We got 3 more questions. Lulu, focus up. All right. All right. My God, let's go.
Cultural entertainment, sucker.
What Bronx rapper dropped an album called Ego Trip? A. Melly Mel. B. Karis One. C. Fat Joe. Or D. Curtis Blow. All Bronx rappers.
I'm gonna say D.
He said D. Curtis Blow.
Yeah, where Vanessa at, man?
I don't know. Vanessa tripping. Vanessa.
All right, this is where I get on my Brooklyn shit. D.
See, there you go. See, this is bullshit right here. D. Curtis Blow. Tied up.
Get out of here. I said it first.
Yo, you see this?
Oh,
this guy
man.
is a wild boy.
This is where they call me a cheat at, Lewis. This is where they call me a cheat
all
at.
right, so listen. It's 2 up, right? We got 2 more questions. Let's get to it.
Cultural entertainment, sucker.
What Bronx rapper dropped an album called Payback? A. Inspector Deck. B. Little TJ. C. Triple C. D. Fred the Godson.
That's D.
Yeah, I'm gonna say D.
There you go.
That's D. That's my guy. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson.
We're gonna let it play out. Let's see if we got any more guests.
Yeah, he's the one who did that freestyle on with Flex, right?
Yeah.
He got a few ones. He was actually in the studio when we had Arsonist on, so we got the shout out with him and Arsonist at the same time. That was super dope. All right, yo, listen, it's 3 apiece, right?
Yeah.
Damn, it hasn't been.
Look at Big Face. Big Face is still mad a week after. He said cheating off Vanessa like always.
I know, right? All right, yo, listen. Winner takes all right here. Yo, Lou, if you tie, you win.
That's what's up. No cap like Fight Joe.
No, yeah. Well, see, I'm glad you said that because we got to ask what's going on with you guys from the Bronx. You old niggas from the Bronx is wild right now. All right, last question. Let's go. What Bronx rapper dropped an album called Victory? A. Cuban Link, B. Slick Rick, C. Dragon, or D. K. Flock? A. Cuban Links?
Yes, sir.
Where's the timer? Where's the timer? I'm gonna wait.
Here.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put my hands up too. No, don't pause it.
Why? What you going with?
B.
He put his hands up on you.
Lottie Dottie, we like the body. That's my guy.
Actually, Slick, that was his last album.
Yeah, I'm a big Slick Rick fan. That was I don't know if Sha knew that. I don't think he did. I don't think I ever told him that.
I only knew the one album, Adventures of Slick Rick.
Yeah, Chris.
What up? You don't hit me with no bonus question shit.
I didn't know. I was gonna ask you what you think about the new album Victory. That's what I was gonna ask you, funny guy.
To be this is the weird part, is because for me a lot of I like the older artists making music, but I like when they try new stuff. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense to people. Like I don't want to hear the only reason, and I guess the best way to put this is like this: the only reason the clips hit the way they hit now is because of how hiatus they had. If they would have still been making music and they gave us the same album that they gave us now, which was kind of the same as what they gave us before, just a newer version, it wouldn't have hit. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that I hope that answers your question. You know what I mean? I like for guys to try new shit. I know we like you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? But I like, and again, I look up to this guy. Like that's why I listened to it in the first place, and I like it. It's dope. But I like to hear some innovation once in a while.
Your boy in the building, Ultra Mag.
Yeah, salute to Ultra Mag. Yeah, we need to get him back on the show. I need to get my W back. You need to bring him, the friends, call their cousins, everybody, so I get this W.
He over here talking shit, Lou.
I see. It's all
you
good.
See? Yeah. You deal with the niggas from Brooklyn like that. I'm telling you, they're changing.
Lou, I told you I think this is 3 weeks in a row, I think.
You see,
if I lose,
I got ChatGPT pulled up on the side. I could have cheated, but I didn't.
Shit. I appreciate that.
Look, he's using it honestly.
Yeah.
he knows how to use ChatGPT honestly. He's not gonna cheat.
Shit.
He's not gonna cheat.
Oh man!
In the studio with the RecBoys.
So Lou, this my. Oh, you got one more question, yes, y'all?
No. Because I'm gonna. This is a little secret. I tried to use ChatGPT to do the trivia, and they motherfuckers gave me the wrong year. They were off every year, dude, for like 5 fucking questions. And I said, yo, I can't use this. Now I thought I won. I really thought I won. Until
so all those guests who was calling you out,
could
have possibly been right.
It didn't even make it that far.
Okay.
I'm going through the questions and I'm like, this shit didn't happen this year. What are they talking about?
Lou, the guests come on here sometimes and they be wanting to fight shot about the answers and the questions. Like they be really mad. Like
they'd be more upset about the questions. Like, yo, who's gonna want to know that? But my whole thing is, yo, you're gonna learn something. So if you don't know it, hopefully, yo, listen, it's some random trivia, you know.
Yeah. So this is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the show. This is our segment we like to call Rec or Wreck. This is where Shai's gonna play a video too, contingent on time, and we get to tell the people if it's Rec, REC, reaching everything conceivable. That's what we do over here. You know, reach everything conceivable. Or if it's a car wreck, WRECK, and you could tell them why you don't like it, whether it be the video, the production, the music in general, whatever.
Right.
Well, I didn't really go get a video. I just got a whole Lewis.
I'm an engineer. I'm going to be picky. I'm going to be listening to.
Well, let's see. I want you to
be an engineer.
All right, I want you to critique this for me. All right. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Cultural entertainment, sucker.
This is your boy Louis Monte, and you're listening to my new single, 100 Miles Per Hour, with my man DJ Allen Back. Keep it locked.
Running out of options, baby. Steal heart away. I can tell you something. Oh, I'm running 100 miles an hour straight to you. Knowing your pain was inconsolable. The sorries, apologies, and love can be so cruel. Just when I think I'm winning, I'ma lose. But if I could try to make you feel the way I do, you know it's real. And I could turn the hands of time and bring you peace and soothe your mind. But they're running out of do you steal your heart away? If I could tell you something that'll make you wanna stay. I'm running to you. I'm running.
You already know what it is. DJ RecBoy Shot, Mr. Catch Rec. Why are you shaking your head? Yo, the score is 5 minutes. I wasn't going to go 5 minutes. I wasn't going to go 5 minutes. He started blushing as soon as I put it on.
This is how you know Shy fucks with you, because we never, ever, ever, ever play MP3. So this is how you know Shy fucks with you.
Yeah, no, listen. I was intrigued because I'm like, okay, Chris ain't gonna just have me just go and, you know, just freestyle some videos. I'm gonna see what he has. And I'm like, yo, this guy has tons of singles, no videos. Yo, are you really that camera shy? No,
I'm here right now.
No, I mean, you're only here you're here every 10 years.
So Shy, this is his video. This is his video. We need to go make this the video.
Yeah, the video. You know what? We might have to Nana Banana get a video out of you, you know. you know, now AI, he's gonna have.
We're gonna pseudo his video.
Pseudo his video real soon. But yo, you're real busy, and I'm not like house freestyle. I've always been intrigued by it because I didn't understand where the F it came from. It was just there, and then it was like not gone, but you don't hear a lot of new freestyle. You always hear, like, no lie, K-Fest that they do in Poughkeepsie, they do all of them. All of them is still live, comes and performs. The one hit wonders of that era, they all perform. So it was interesting to hear what it sounds like, and that's a couple years back, but to see what it sounds like now. You said you have a that's a nice little genre for you. It's clipping off, ain't it? How do you get into the mode for that? Because we make music, and my whole thing is like that, and reggaeton always fascinated me because a lot of it sounds the same. So what is the basic source? Like what's the sazon in doing that shit? Because you put sazon.
It's the sofrito. It's the sofrito.
Anybody all right, it's sofrito. Okay, but okay, even the sofrito. What's that when it comes to that and reggaeton? Because you do both.
Yeah, I mean, it's drums and love. That's really what it comes down to for freestyle.
Got you.
Yeah, freestyle goes back like to the 80s, 90s, and I mean, some artists that you may recognize the names are like K7 or TKA or Stevie B, people like that. Those are the old school pioneers, and the music is still alive. And yes, it is probably the bigger portion of what I do on a daily. Right, I have a big clientele. I'm one of the very few producer songwriters in the genre, so I do have some popularity in it. A lot of folks come to me for songs, for writing, for production, for mixing. So yeah, it's a big piece of what I do, but it's where I came from, and that's really the best way I can explain it. It's how I got started in music.
Gotcha.
I'm doing much bigger things now, but I always pay homage and go back to that genre because one, I love it. Two, I have a lot of friends who are still in it, and I do a lot of music for the pioneers of that genre. They come to me when they want to do new music versus their really old stuff, from 30 years ago. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Love and drums.
Now, how old is this track that Sha played?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's going on 6 since you put it up.
Yeah, probably,
yeah. Okay. And now, so this was a while back. We had Billy Dance from MOP on, and we played. He sent the album so we could hear, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, yo, damn, I feel like I heard this before, but I couldn't pinpoint what I heard before, whether it was the beat or the lyrics. But I already knew in my mind there was something familiar to what he sent me. So when we got on the interview, I asked him, and he was like, yo, that's crazy because nobody has caught on, but this is what I did. I literally took all my acapellas and sent them to producers and said, yo, make a beat around this. And then he did another album, and it was the same lyrics, just different beats. Have you ever thought about doing something similar to that? Because, yo, dope record. But I think if a singer touched that, that's one of those ones that you might be mad at that could be that one. Have you ever thought about something like that?
Excuse me. Yeah, actually, this particular song, I did it in R&B. I sang it totally differently. I actually got with another artist who featured with me. So yeah, there are many of my songs that I've done in pop. Yeah, absolutely. So the answer to the question is yes. It's something I've thought about, and I think a lot of artists do, and especially now, like I talked about earlier, using Suno AI to kind of find songs that you did and try it in country music, or try it in pop music, or try it in hip hop. There's a lot of opportunities you have to kind of rekindle your old stuff. And Suno AI is a great tool, by the way, for that.
Because in my eyes, you got a unique opportunity because you have different genres of music that you touch. And you being as creative as you are, you could literally take one piece of work and turn it into 3 different genres of music. And
absolutely.
Nobody would a lot of people don't cross the genres. You know what I mean? So a lot of people won't catch. They won't know. Oh, he just put that on pop, and look at it here in R&B. You know what I mean? Like, and all that is just the production of it, and that's crazy. If you do that, I need my cut though. No,
Yo, it's wild because my one of my barbers is Dominican, and he listens to a lot of Dominican artists, and you don't know how many beats that they taken from hip hop and chopped up and used. Like I've heard Quiet Storm redone, I've heard Ashanti's Fallen, I've heard mad different, and I'm like, oh snap, they really did their thing on this, and you would never hear it unless you're into that type of, like, I don't understand none of what they're saying. Probably like 3 words every 6-7 bars I might get, but you know, the music, it's like, oh shit, I know this song. I know that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, RBL, we just did a remake of a Jasmine Sullivan song called After the Hurricane. We redid it in bachata. So yeah, that yeah. So there's always that possibility.
Yo, listen, your this interview was God sent. Like real talk, because I've have all my stuff hooked up. I just haven't turned anything on yet.
Bro, let's do it, baby.
I know. And just listening, you know, Chris was just here last week and he's like, yo, I like the vibe. He's like, yo, that's why I always do the green screen, because it's like, you know, but he walked in, he was like, yo, I like the vibe. So it's like, all right, I got the vibe check, you know, and then just listening and hearing you, and you know, you're talking my language, especially where you're like, yo, it's a business thing and I'm really into the sync thing. So it's just like, that's where my next move was as far as producing anyway, you know, because, you know, artists, like, you know, it's a lot to deal with. So if you know, you can work in that area, it's a lot stressless, you know. But thanks for the motivation, homie. Definitely appreciate talking to you.
Not only that, if you need anything, any support, any guidance, maybe you can shed some of your own wisdom on me. Definitely, let's connect.
Absolutely. Yo, listen, you talking my language.
Maybe we could get a fucking a house intro for next year. Something different. Like, I don't know if you. We got 3 different. Big Face last 3 years, but this year specifically, the intro he did, he got Sila La Sicaria on it, and they kind of mixed the reggaeton with the hip hop, which was kind of dope, and it opened up our audience a little bit. You know what I mean? A lot of the plays and stuff we're getting now is from over that side. A lot from Africa. Africa loves to Africa, Nigeria, and them. They love us out there. But Lou, thank you for coming back, man. It means a lot to us to have reoccurring guests. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope we provided a different experience than last time, and a different experience than any other show or podcast for that matter.
Absolutely. You guys are doing your thing, man.
Appreciate you, homie. We definitely gonna be in touch. All right. Yo, real quick before you get up out of here, let everybody know how they can get in contact with you. And I need that in the Studio RecBoy drop, homie.
I got you. I got you. First, I want to say today is my anniversary with my wife, 32 years. So I want to say happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, homie. That's what's up. Yo, listen, his anniversary is tomorrow, and my anniversary is on the 9th.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So
that's what's up. Yeah, it's 32 years, 34 years together. So she's been putting up with a lot of what I do every day. So God bless her for that. I do want to say happy birthday, Chris. I know it's tomorrow, right?
No, that's little Chris.
My son's birthday. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Well, his name is Chris too. His name is Chris too.
Happy birthday to him as well. If you want anything for if you want to get to my socials, see what I'm doing in the lab. If you want to book services, if you want me to, consult with you or teach you some things on AI, visit LuisMarteMusic.com. That's LuisMarteMusic. LuisMarteMusic.com. Check us out. There you get all the information you need. You'll know how to reach me, and you'll get access to all my socials. Appreciate y'all.
I need that in the studio drop, homie. You ain't getting up out of here yet.
Oh, this is your boy Luis Martin. You're listening to my boys, the Rec Crew. Peace.
Nice. My God. Appreciate you, man. Definitely.
And And happy anniversary to you and your wife.
Yes,
man.
happy
many
anniversary.
more.
Yes, yes. Enjoy. You know, do something fun. You know.
Got it, man.
Nice.
All right, man.
Nice.
Dope. Like I said, man, it's always good to have a reoccurring guest on. I mean, you know, somebody come back, and like he said, it had to be 9 years ago. I don't know if y'all have went back and watched some shows for 9 years ago, but we have came a long way. You know what I mean? The look of the show, the cameras, the background, the work, all that. You know what I mean? I know Shad got something he got to do. Is that back to school?
Yeah,
Rush
man,
over there in the shop.
They hit me like, yo, where are you at?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Let me say this, and then we out of here real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Because every week I want to end on something that the people need to think about and move forward on. Greatness don't show up overnight, and this is alluding to what we were talking to earlier, like when we were talking about the whole Drake thing, and it was like, yo, y'all gotta understand this shit. I know this internet and everything got y'all in this now mode and everything right now. You want satisfaction right now. It don't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Shit is built brick by brick. It's your consistency and the hard work you put in every day that's going to take you to where you want to get. But understand, you got to know what it is and where you want to get. Without identifying that, you're chasing something that you'll never catch. I hope that shit don't go over your head, man. Y'all get out here every day and reach everything conceivable.
You already know. Yo, listen, we love y'all. Make sure you guys share the show. And we'll be back next week. All right. Love you guys. Easy. We out. Deuces. Easy.